As you start living more from your divine self, do you attract the right things and people into your life?
It's really true that life becomes easier. And you could just say the more positive you are, life becomes easier. Being aligned with your divine self is being in a positive state. It's being in a state of love, acceptance, peace, kindness, compassion. And that's a very attractive state. I don't have to tell you that because you all know how attractive it is to be around somebody who is expressing those qualities. So if you are expressing those qualities, you will naturally attract to you other people who appreciate those qualities and who express those qualities. So there's definitely a certain resonance with your inner state, your state of consciousness. You don't have to be awake to attract people. You don't have to always be in that state. But the more you are in a state of positivity, the more easy your life will be in so many ways. Not only will you attract people and opportunities, but that positivity allows you to drop into presence where your intuition is available, and then you'll make better choices in your life that are more in alignment with your soul's plan. When we're in alignment with our soul's plan, our soul is generally bringing us good things, unless we really have to have a lesson. I mean, sometimes our soul does bring us hard things, but if you're listening and paying attention and learning what you need to learn, life doesn't have to hit you over the head with some kind of surprise difficulty in order to kind of shake you up. As an astrologer for so many years, I used to talk to people so much about how the transits in astrology will bring people experiences that they need. And sometimes it'll bring harsh experiences if they need to be shaken up or shaken out of their structures. If they need to make some kind of change, life's going to bring you an event. You'll lose your job or an illness or something that will shake you up, that will get you to change or grow in certain ways that you need to change and grow. So the more intuitive we are, the less life has to hit us over the head with something, because we're already making choices in alignment with that. We're learning more easily because we're intuitively getting insights into what we need to learn. So life becomes a lot easier. It does. It truly becomes a lot easier the more tuned in you are to your divine self, to your intuition. The more present you are, the more positive you are. That is definitely the direction to go in.
And I like how Gina added that it doesn't mean that it will always be easy. The way the question was phrased, do you attract the right things and people into your life?
From the soul's perspective.
From the soul perspective, you always have been attracting the right things and people into your life. Enjoy the ease or the abundance or things like that that may appear in your life as you move deeper into your true nature. But also, just hold space. The real source of the suffering when, so-called something harsh or difficult happens is our resistance to it. And so even those experiences are sometimes an even more profound opportunity for a release of that experience of suffering. Shortly after I had my awakening in India, I came back to the United States and went to visit this woman that I had kind of fallen in love with in India. And I was sitting on her couch and the phone rang, and she went kind of around the corner, but I could hear her side of the conversation, and I knew who she was talking to. And it was obvious from her side of the conversation that she had fallen in love with this other guy after she left India before me. And so I'm sitting there on her couch, and basically I'm feeling my heart being broken by finding this out. And yet there was something in me that for a moment I just got curious. And I asked myself, I wonder if peace and joy are still present, even though my heart's being broken. And so I looked, I checked, I sensed into my being, and sure enough, there was peace and there was joy in the midst of that heartbreak. And not only that, it was truly the biggest, most profound experience of peace I'd had up to that moment. It was not what I expected to find when I'm sitting there feeling sorry for myself. But the willingness to check, the willingness to look, to just let the heartbreak happen and then be curious about it. Not only did it completely transform that moment's experience, but in a deeper sense, something in me totally relaxed because I realized that I no longer needed to steer my life to avoid heartbreak.
Oh.
Because it didn't matter anymore. Prior to that, I was always like trying to like find a way not to ever get my heart broken. And I just kind of like said, oh, okay. My heart gets broken 1,000 more times, It's like, it's okay. There's peace and joy. So even in the difficult experiences, there can actually be an even more profound opportunity to move beyond suffering, beyond struggle.
And relationships are our teachers. So if that's also the right experience, whoever's in your life is your teacher. So, maybe we wish he or she was our prince or our princess, but life brings you what you need until you no longer need that anymore.
And even a prince or a princess is not necessarily. Last night we were watching The Crown on Netflix, and being a prince or a princess did not look so good to me, or being with one.